Hey everyone, Senrai Kai here. Today I'm going to be doing my newest update video. So I will have a timestamp so you can kind of skip to the part that most interests you. But first, just kind of an overview of what I'm doing currently in the anime season. I've picked up Oshinoko Season 2, Roshi Dere, the VTuber anime, and there's one more. Oh yeah, Shika Noko Koshtan Tan. Pretty much those ones for sure I am currently reacting to. I may pick up one or two more shows. Like if you guys have any suggestions of things from the current season that would be good candidates for that, you can certainly do so. Like I've had my eye on a show I think is called something about losing heroines, Make something something. Can you tell that I have a lot of notes for this this update video? But that's one video that I was one show that I was hoping to. It was on the potential list of potential things I could react to. But that was the first thing I just wanted to mention real quick. Pretty much all the shows that I'm reacting to. Not gonna drop any of them. No plans to. I also want to talk about the Patreon. So one of the tiers is called Yandere, and for a bit there, that was kind of for the like picture-in-picture version. Like as a bit of a trial run, I was trying that out, having picture-in-picture versions of reactions available at that tier. But for various reasons, I decided to stop doing that. So now I had to kind of like repurpose it for something else, and pretty much what I settled on was just kind of have that be like the Patreon exclusive content sort of tier, which just leads to the problem of figuring out some Patreon exclusive content. Like the general idea is to have things there that would be things that aren't really like a draw to the channel, like not something that would be good for getting new people, but something that people that already like the channel are really into it, just want a little bit of extra. That it's more for that kind of thing, right? So far the only thing I have in there is what I'm calling the nostalgia slot. Basically, I pick a show that I watched quite a long time ago, but really liked and would like to go back to, and forgot most of what actually happens in it, and it could just do like a rewatch sort of thing. So far, Lucky Star is in that slot. I think we're about 10 or so episodes into it. I actually started this a while ago, so like episode 1 through 7 or so, like I think I have like a lot more facial hair, but because I put a pause on that for a while just because I got really busy and kind of forgot about it, but recently restarted it, so you get to see like a big jump from physical appearance of myself, so that's probably kind of fun. But yeah, we're doing that there. That's like we'll see how popular that is, but I don't expect that to be like too much of a draw for that Patreon tier, so I'm still thinking of like other things that could be added to it. So if you have suggestions of anything that would entice you to go to that tier that could be added to it, feel free to let me know. But it has been great going back to Lucky Star. Like I say, I think in the reaction series, I watched that very early on in my anime watching career. I was still very much a noob. A lot of the otaku culture kind of things I just wasn't familiar at all with, really. So being able to go back to it as more of a more of an expert on the sort of thing definitely has been an experience. But yeah, that's that. So I know in one of these videos I talked about like not wanting to react to currently airing shows anymore, and in that video I made some pretty valid points about problems that arise with that, and I stand by those points. But like, I don't like it. Like, I've been regularly, consistently watching currently airing anime since 2010, and like that one or so seasons where I just stopped doing it and just waited for them to like finish their at least the first season of those shows before watching them. I hated it. I didn't like it. I felt dirty. So just no more of that. No more of that. So like maybe I'll wait like 1 or 2 episodes in before starting shows, but like that's it. Like I can't just like pretend the season doesn't exist and go back to it later. Just no more of that. So just wanted to make point of that real quick. Other thing, gushing up magical girls. I think around the same time, like because that was the season that I skipped, right? I think was the season that had that show, and then I watched it a little bit afterwards, and the show was great. People recommended it to me, which was really no surprise considering that's very much up my alley, and it was great. It was peak. I should make a review of it. Really good stuff. People in the same same comment section where they recommended that, they also recommended an anime called something free run. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I did actually start watching that not too long after that. I got 2 episodes into it, and I just got busy, so I like went on the back burner for quite a while, and and never actually went like public in any sense. Like literally nobody has watched those reactions yet, and that was probably months ago at this point. I don't know, but I do want to get back into that as well. So because I have heard good things about the show, it was definitely sadder than I was expecting. Just from those first 2 episodes, but yes, I know it's a popular show. A lot of people do like it. A lot of people are reacting to it because I keep like seeing that here and there, and I definitely do not want to get like spoiled on things with that show. So that's part of the reason why I just want to go back to it and start watching it to minimize that, because that was another problem with skipping a season, is that those chances of getting spoiled on a show on that season is much higher, because by the time I actually watched Gushing Over Magical Girls, I had a pretty decent idea of just what it was in for, right? So yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger negatives right there. Another thing I wanted to do in this update video was thank somebody, one specific person, which is a little bit hard to do because I don't have a name or anything to go by, but somebody did a essentially like an anonymous donation, but spread out between multiple. This is hard to explain. Spread out between multiple periodic payments, right? For a couple months, this person did that, almost like clockwork, the way just how periodically it went. But yeah, this person did this for a couple months, and the grand total, if you combine all those individual payments over that course of time, the grand total was over $3,000. And just to give you an idea of how much that is for my channel, like I make about $120 a month, like with like spike ups when somebody sponsors a reaction, a little bit spike up of $60 or so. But aside from that, like 120, maybe between 120 $150, kind of like in that range a month is what the channel brings in. So just do the math on just how many months $3,000 would cover, right? So and I definitely really wanted to thank this person, but like I have no way to contact this person, so the only way I can, literally the only way I can do it is make a video, hope they watch it, and if they made that kind of contribution to the channel to me, I had to assume that they would watch this video, but they never sent me a message or anything, so, you know, because like I've gotten like decent sized donations here and there. It's very rare, but it has happened, like a couple $100 here and there from someone, but pretty much always they do it and then ask for like a reaction to a long series, which I'm definitely willing to do if somebody does that, you know, without question. But the amount of money was just orders of magnitude more with nothing asked in return, as far as I can tell. So I had to do something. So that something's pretty much just thanking them here. So hopefully that person sees it, because I cannot overstate just what a difference that made in my life. Like, I don't want to get too much into financial stuff here, but I was not in a good position, and that helped a lot. So definitely wanted to say that. And the timing of it was pretty good too, because like a couple weeks before that, I had made a decision to just call it quits on the YouTube channel. Like I've talked about a little bit before, just how uncertain the future of the channel is for various reasons, right? I don't want to get into that too much here either, but basically after being wishy-washy on it for a while, I pretty much decided to just call it quits, just move on with my life, and was just kind of figuring out how I wanted to break the news to you guys, and then I get that level of support, and suddenly, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm going to continue things. I can't say I'll continue forever, but after that, the plan is to at least continue to, like, the rest of this year and all of 2025. I'll kind of reevaluate things at that point, but that's pretty much how it's looking. And I also want to just, like, put more into the channel to try to make it more successful, because oversimplifying it, like, a big part of the reason why I was going to quit the channel was the lack of success, the lack of everything, views, comments, just engagement, just didn't really feel didn't really feel like I was getting anything back for the most part. Like, doesn't just anything, doesn't have to be money, just like people showing excitements or like happiness, or just that there's value in what I'm doing, you know. Like, I said I wasn't gonna get into it, and here I am getting into it. But basically that one person kind of almost like crowdfunded it for everyone, you know, like Kickstarter, how some people will all donate and then a product comes out that people that didn't donate can also enjoy. A little bit like that, like the person basically financed the whole channel for everyone's sake. More or less is how it essentially ended up. After that, I really felt the value in what I do, even though it was only coming from one person, so it's kind of weird to say that, but that's kind of what it is. Whether it's one person that does a lot, or like a dozen people that do a moderate amount, or 100 people that do a little amount, like there's not much difference between those things at the end of the day, as long as you're getting the value, how it's distributed. That was a weird sentence, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. It's hot in here, I'm sweating, because I can't really have my air conditioner on when I'm recording, because that's just obnoxious. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about that here. Anyway, back to like content stuff. Like, well, I do want to kind of do more content that's like stuff anyone can watch, because one of the problems with reaction videos, anime reaction videos especially, is that if it's a little bit of a commitment of like 12 episodes or a lot more, and if someone just doesn't like that show, that's like weeks of content in that they're just not gonna watch of yours, even if they like your channel overall. Because I've experienced that with reaction channels. There's not really much reaction channels I really like anymore, but some of the ones I do like, they'll react to a show that I just don't care about, don't want to watch. Even though I like the reactor, I'm not gonna watch it just because of that. Like I have to have some interest in the show. Like, it doesn't have to be the best show ever, but it has to be at least like I kind of like it. It's just kind of a balancing act. If I really like the reactor and like the show a little bit, that's okay. If I moderately like the reactor, moderately like the show, like it's got to be, those two bars have to be like together a certain amount of filled up. Just if that sentence made any sense at all. But back to my original point, I want to do content that anyone can just watch real quick and doesn't require any commitment. So I'm kind of thinking about that. One thing I want to do is start doing like Q&A kind of videos where people can like send in their questions, and I'll have a video that's like a compilation of 6 or 7 of them, and I just like answer them. The questions themselves can be about the channel, can be about my anime related opinions, my anime related experience, just random questions like, what's your favorite tsundere, what's the first anime you ever watched, what's the just random questions like that. Like, what's some other good examples? What's your favorite shonen battle anime? I don't know, just anything like that. So that'll be a thing. And I don't really have many more ideas beyond that. It's kind of hard to come up with things that I can do that's kind of like a good a good addition to the channel, right? But again, if you have suggestions on that, you're more than free to let me know. One thing I should probably mention is that I have a new webcam and a new microphone, which was purchased with the help of, that extra money. So, because I actually haven't upgraded my recording equipment in probably 5 years. Like, the microphone I used to use was a Blue Yeti microphone, which I got because, I was able to get a little bit discounted, and I kept hearing good things about it, but, like, I swear I could never get it to actually sound good with me. Like, I watched so many videos on settings adjustments, and I changed the position of the physical mic itself, changed the gain, but either it was too quiet, and I put the gain up too much, and my voice sounded kind of robotic. Like, at some points on the channel it sounded really bad, but just, I don't know, it feels like a lost cause. So I decided to try another microphone. I didn't want to go full on fancy XLR microphone and all that. I might do that at some point in the future, but for now I just wanted to try another USB mic that seems to get decent praise, that was discounted, because yeah, these two things on the Prime Day deal on Amazon, I got them both discounted as a result of that. Still a lot of money spent, still over $300 for the both of them, but still, I feel like it's kind of a physical representation of my newfound passion and enthusiasm to try to reinvigorate the channel, try to make it better, So I kind of think about that, kind of like an anime character cutting off her hair to show her resolve. It's a little bit like that. In case you want to know the name of those things, the webcam is Insta360. Link, I think is what it's called. Is Link part of the name? I don't know, but I know it's Insta360. So, and it's pretty cool because it has an AI tracking function where it can see your face no matter where you move. I don't have that on right now because the only thing I don't like about it is that it kind of puts my face dead center in the video, and with a lot of dead space above my head, which I don't really like that. So I don't use it too much, but it is a cool feature. You can just move over there, and then it swivels around. Funny story, before I started this video, I let my cat in real quick and then went back to my chair. the camera was pointed at my cat, just like he was like he was a YouTuber. Like, hey everyone, Boots here. Today I'm gonna meow meow. That's probably what he would say, but it was really funny. I probably should have actually recorded that, but you know, I did not. But as my cat sneezes in the background, so it's somewhere back there. But oh, that's the camera, the Insta360. Oh yeah, also it has some features like there's a feature where it will like flip down as like a privacy thing, so it's if it's not in use, it won't like look at you. But it also looks down for like a desktop mode, like if you're trying to have a piece of paper, you're trying to write on it, and you want your viewers to see it, or maybe an unboxing that would also be useful for. I don't know, but cool feature. Don't know how much I'll use it, but definitely pretty cool. The microphone I'm using is called the SteelSeries Atlas. No, I can't read. The SteelSeries Alias USB mic. Hopefully it's okay. I've adjusted the gain a little bit on it. It had at a certain level, it's like, okay, I don't like the sound of it quite much, so I turned the gain down a little bit, so I think it's at a decent balance right now. You can let me know how it sounds, if it needs to be louder or less loud, so it sounds less robotic. Just, oh, what I've learned is microphones are just a giant pain to get them to sound good. Not much I can do about that, but yeah, we'll see how these work out. Oh yeah, the camera's also a 4K camera, so I'm kind of starting to actually record the videos in 4K. I don't know if I will necessarily continue doing that because that's some big file sizes for my reaction videos. We're talking about 10 gigs when they were around 1.5 gigs with the old 1080p recordings that I did. But the footage itself, it definitely looks a lot better. Like, it would probably still look better even at 1080p because I think it's just a better camera. But we'll see. We'll see if I decide that the 4K is worth it or not. Because it's really not that bad because it just means longer upload times. I have to make sure I have a decent amount of space cleared up on my hard drive, which just gets filled up with nonsense so quickly, so often. Those are the only two real problems, because otherwise it's just the YouTube servers that have to deal with the big file sizes for the most part, and Google's got servers for days. They can handle it. Man, does anybody else remember back in the day when you just had 360p videos and 10-minute max length, so if you wanted to watch anime on YouTube, you watch it in 3 parts? You know, the good old days. But like, I still remember how blown away it was the first time I watched like a 1080p video on YouTube. I think it was just something. Do you want to date my avatar? Something like that. By the same channel that did like a guild web series, right? Like World of Warcraft guild, real life guild, hanging out kind of thing. We're talking like really old school now because we have 4K, 60 FPS, and all that's possible. So yeah, yes, I feel old. Don't remind me. I think the last thing I want to say is that, because I briefly brought it up earlier, but Patreon sponsor reactions, if there is a show you want me to react to that you think won't get reacted to anytime soon, you can just kind of pay me to do it through the Patreon sponsorship thing that's on the Patreon. Basically, you look at the tier that matches the length of the show you want me to react to, and as long as there's slots open, you can ask me, hey, this show, can you react to it, you know, at this tier? If I do this tier, and I'll either say yes or no. I'll pretty much always say yes, unless I just like know for a fact I will just hate the show. Like, if I know I'm just gonna like slightly dislike the show, I might say like, yeah, I'll do it if you pay me double, you know. that actually hasn't happened yet ever, but just a theoretical concept. But because right now I have two of the 3 slots open. The one slot, your boy Komei, that's in the 1 slot, but the other 2 slots are open. So if you want to do that, that is certainly an option. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hopefully I got everything out. I definitely should have had a script for this. I just had some very basic notes of what I wanted to cover. Clearly that was not good enough, because this video probably could have been half the length and a lot more coherent, but here we are. I'm sweating to death. I just want to end it off. So if you have any questions or anything, or suggestions for anime from the season that you think I should like add to the roster, or just opinions on anything really, just if you leave them down in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.